What's up, YouTube? Israel back in another quick video. Back again with my boy,
What's up, guys?
Brandon, Art of Fragrance. Buddy, how you doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Had a little sales meeting on the phone earlier.
Yep.
I decided to meet up for lunch afterwards. Now we're hanging out. Got some parking garage action here, so I hope this video isn't too dark. I think it looks pretty good from where we're at. Today we're going to talk about a new release from the house of Dolce & Gabbana. What's the last Dolce & Gabbana you think you've tried? It's been a hot minute, I think.
I think I tried don't they have like a private line or something like that? In
oh, yeah. I think they just released some. Is that the ones that had like the fruits on top? Or no?
What, is
they do have a new line with fruits on top. I don't know what that one's called, though.
I haven't smelled the Dolce & Gabbana fragrance in years.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
So this one is a flanker from their, I don't know when the original was released. It had to have been maybe
long time ago.
2000s or something like that. This is a flanker from the light blue line. I believe the last light blue flanker of theirs that I liked was light blue sun. That one was okay. It wasn't even the greatest either, but it was okay. So this was called light blue forever.
Forever.
There you go, guys. Here's the box. Not going to spend a lot of time on this presentation because we've all seen this presentation before. It sort of looks the same as as the original, just says forever here. A little bit darker shade of blue, and it does have, I think, some felt on the box. Here's the bottle. I'm going to show you guys the atomizer, but we're not going to breathe through our noses because we don't want to possibly smell the juice inside. We don't know if it's leaked. But it has gold lettering here. This is an eau de parfum. We'll get to that in a second, but that's really the main reason why I wanted to try this one. Not usually a big... There's so many flankers of this. I don't really know how many directions they can go. So I feel like they're sort of, kind of emptying out the idea bucket.
Well, it says forever, so maybe it's the last one.
Yeah, maybe it is. That's a good idea. Actually, good suggestion for that one. But yeah, so we do just have a blue bottle. I do actually like the color scheme of the bottle. Light blue here, gold here, plastic cap, gold atomizer. So Brandon, let these fine folks know a little bit more information about this fragrance.
All right, everybody. Light Blue Forever men's woody aquatic fragrance released in this year, 2021. Nose Shyamala Maison Dew. EDP, like you mentioned before. The top notes on this one, grapefruit and bergamot. In the mid, we have violet leaf and ozonic notes. And in the base, musk, patchouli, and vetiver oil.
All right. Well, guys, I guess, go right into this one. Do you any expectations with this? I mean, honestly,
I'm gonna say I have low expectations because I wasn't a big fan of all the other light blues. I don't like vetiver, which is in the notes. So
this one has patchouli, which I think was in light blue sun, which gave it that sort of the office Jeremy Fragrance's office vibe. I think even one of those Parfums vintage ones, one of those thousands of releases they had, sort of have that sort of feel to it as well. I did like that it had violet leaf in it. That sort of caught my attention. But yeah, the bergamot grapefruit, obviously it's going to be nice and fresh. Again, these fragrances don't stray too far away from the original. Sometimes they're kind of original, but honestly they're just fresh. It is starting to get warm. It's spring now, so we thought this would be a good opportunity to review this fragrance. Also, the main thing really is this eau de parfum. So I'm hoping, are we finally going to get a super strong, good performing, fresh fragrance from the house of Dolce & Gabbana? I don't know, but let's give this fragrance a first impression. All right, so as always, I'm going to give Brandon first spray. If he wants to go ahead and spray his little strip there, I'll spray my hand. Oof.
Going everywhere.
All right, a few sprays there.
Grapefruit is very prominent.
Grapefruit is strong in this one.
Literally smells like you cut it.
Yeah,
put it to your nose.
It smells like a fresh grapefruit, which I don't mind. That actually smells great. Now I'm a little worried that's going to be gone in 10 seconds, but
the only other fragrance that I've ever tried that has the grapefruit that realistic is Atelier's Pomelo Paradise.
Oh, well.
Paradise.
Okay, that's saying something good, though. Because, again, guys, he's right. This is a very authentic grapefruit note, which is great and be perfect for a hot summer day.
Don't really get bergamot. I mean, it's fresh, too.
Yeah,
so.
the grapefruit's overtaking it. I can see it mixes well with the bergamot. Obviously, there are two citrus notes. This is very bright, super fresh. It's a little salty. Fresh. I don't know where that comes from. Maybe the ozonic notes?
Maybe so. A little salty, yeah.
A little bit of that violet leaf in there, a little green, but a little salty for sure. The musk and all the base notes are definitely gonna come out later. I'm not really getting the patchouli just yet.
Definitely the grapefruit. That's like the main star.
Mm-hmm. So definitely right now you're getting a bergamot, grapefruit, salty fragrance, I think, from the ozonic notes.
Smells good.
Yeah, not mad at this one. Very surprised by what we got here, because honestly, I think the other releases in the past have been sort of plain. This one sort of really took me by surprise with that grapefruit note.
Does this lean a little unisex to you? Or feminine a little bit?
I think the salty notes and maybe, I don't know what I'm getting. Something in this does give it a bit of masculinity, yeah.
I was going to say it leaned a little feminine, but
I mean,
that's just me.
Maybe after a while, we'll see. I've tried unisex fragrances that smell like this. If not, maybe even a little more butch. So just imagine, you can just picture putting some sea salt on a grapefruit. I think that's what you're going to get.
That's exactly what it smells like.
I mean, I don't know if people eat grapefruit like that, but yeah, it seems to be fading now.
Yeah, it's fading for sure.
Fading pretty fast, so that might be an issue. We'll see. It might be one of the ones that's like they'll kind of knock you in the nose, but they won't knock you out with the actual fragrance. They'll kind of stun you a little bit, but
typical designer.
Yeah, that will be the main the true telling of the tape is going to be, I think, because it smells great. We can definitely say that already, but if it doesn't last very long, I don't know, if it's going to be worth the purchase.
That's always the problem, is it doesn't last long enough.
Yeah, it's 82 today here in Texas. That's pretty warm. It's super humid too. So this fragrance is going to be nice to wear today. I should be able to give a decent, get a good, decent first impression today on a day like today anyway.
I think it smells good. I mean, if the performance is, up there, I mean, this is definitely something that people could rock for summer for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that take. And long-lasting fresh fragrances are kind of hard to find. Very hard to find. So if something in this sticks and can make it, last longer than I guess even 4 hours sometimes with some of these freshies, then that's definitely gonna be worth pulling the trigger on a big bottle. I had to get the little 50 ml bottle. That's all I had in stock at the time, which is fine. You guys get a chance to see it. But yeah, so final thoughts on this one before the update. I'm gonna say I do like this fragrance. If you guys already can tell that, Brandon definitely likes it. We'll see how this one develops and see what it turns into after a few hours. And I'll wear this one today, and over the next few days, you guys update shortly. Talk to you then. All right, well, I'm back with my update for Light Blue Forever from the house of Dolce Gabbana. Yeah, so I spent the last few days with this fragrance, and I gotta say, man, I do really like this fragrance. It really did take me by surprise. I didn't know what to expect. Although in the past, some of these flankers of light blue have really resembled the original. If not, they just sort of kind of went off and did their own thing. And I guess that sort of happened here with Light Blue Forever. In my opinion, this fragrance really does its own thing. Maybe you can have an argument that the DNA of the woman's version might be in this one. I haven't tried the men's one in a long time, but the woman's version is very clean and very citrusy and white floral. Yeah, I guess you can say that about this one a little bit, but not really. This pretty much stands out on its own, and mainly it was that grapefruit note. That's what really caught my attention, Brandon's as well. If you guys remember the first half of the video, we really did fall in love with that opening. If you guys love grapefruit fragrances, you're gonna love this fragrance. It is a very natural, fresh, bright smelling grapefruit note in that opening, mixed with that bergamot. Really, really nice. There is a few other notes in this fragrance, but overall, you really get that mandarin, the grapefruit. You get some salty notes. I think I compared it to like a salt-covered grapefruit almost. Probably from the ozonic notes, I would guess. I do get a little bit of that violet leaf, so it's a little green and a little bit of whatever that, I can't really describe what violet leaf smells like, but I do know it's a big green, but there's something else that violet leaf specifically brings to the table. The grapefruit note, it's very toned down. It's not as fresh, obviously, in the opening and the dry down as it is in the dry down, but you can still get like a powdery, acidic grapefruit, like whatever that real strong acidic note that grapefruit brings to the table. You get a powdery version of that in the dry down. So, you sort of get a nice 2 stages with this fragrance. I didn't get the vetiver oil, honestly. I didn't get the patchouli a lot anyway. It wasn't like a dirty fragrance. This one was considered a woody aquatic. I didn't really get a lot of wood notes in this. I get a little bit of hints of woodiness. Not really sure if that comes from the vetiver, but not really sure where the woodiness would come from. Maybe the vetiver and the patchouli mix. But it wasn't super woody to my nose. It really was just very citrusy and fresh. Longevity for this fragrance, well, for a fresh fragrance and a designer fragrance coming from this line, you don't really expect to get more than 4 to 6 hours, even for an eau de parfum concentration. But I was surprised by this longevity. I did get 8 hours every time I wore this fragrance, and for a designer fresh fragrance, that's really good. Projection for this fragrance, well, unfortunately, the projection wasn't as good as the longevity. I did get wafts of it throughout the day, but it was about average. I mean, this is an eau de parfum, but it's a very fresh, citrusy fragrance. And honestly, it's kind of par for the course that these fragrances don't push out very much. Now, it wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. I did get, little slight wafts throughout the day, and it didn't, I didn't have to bury my nose deep into my arm to really get it. But still, for an eau de parfum, I was a little underwhelmed. Seasons for this fragrance, well, if you guys haven't guessed already, is going to be for the warmer, hotter days of the year. I would definitely say the hottest days of the year. I live here in Texas. It gets up to 105, 110 some days. This fragrance is going to be perfect. And who knows, maybe that'll help in the projection category, it being hot. But yeah, this is a perfect fragrance for a hot, very, very hot day, because that juicy, realistic grapefruit note would definitely pick you up on a hot day. Occasions for this fragrance, well, initially I thought this fragrance was just going to be, best worn for casual day wear, but the more I wore it, the more I was like, I could probably wear this one at night, suit and tie, dress down, wedding day scent, honestly. It is a light fragrance, don't get me wrong, it's very citrusy, but there's something in it, maybe the patchouli and the musk, just slightly, makes it a little bit heavier, that woodiness, I guess, that's in the woody aquatic title there, gives it a little bit more, depth maybe. It's not a very heavy scent, don't get me wrong, but there's just enough in there to lend it towards evening occasions as well. This is safe enough for work, not going to be strong enough for the club, but most occasions are definitely safe enough for this fragrance. Ages for this fragrance, I'm going to say are 18 and up, but it is kind of expensive right now because it is brand new. So maybe, 20 and up will just have to be safe. Will be a good age range for this fragrance, even though I think anyone can really wear this fragrance. And like Brandon said, I think this might even lean unisex, or it could be worn by women, and I probably wouldn't have a problem with that. But yeah, 20 and up be a good age range because I think it's just safe. It's very, very safe, very fresh. You're not going to offend anybody around you. If nothing else, you're going to draw people towards you with this fragrance. It's just very, very nice. Definitely not going to get any negative attention with this fragrance. Maybe just wait till the price goes down. So overall, I do like this fragrance, and I do think you guys should get your nose on this one. If you guys have been wanting to try a fresh fragrance with very realistic citrus notes in it, especially the grapefruit note, you're going to want to try this one. The longevity is there. Very surprised by how long it lasted. Again, this isn't a beast. It's not going to be jumping off your skin, but it will hang around. And for the money you're going to pay for this fragrance, it's going to be worth it. I'm kind of upset that I didn't get a 100 ml bottle because look how much juice I've used, guys. I used quite a bit of this juice already because I just wanted to keep spraying more and more of it on. That opening, my goodness, it's just so fresh and juicy and inviting and invigorating. Like, I just want to spray this, like keep this stuff on me like in the middle of the summer and just spray it on me throughout the day just so I can get that opening. I think this fragrance is really, really good. I think it's a great addition to the light blue line, and like Brandon said, maybe Forever is going to be the last flanker. I don't think so because this is their one of their money makers, but it would be a very cool way to exit the light blue flankers by making it longer lasting and just different enough to make people go, wow, that's a pretty good fragrance. Yeah, if you like woody aquatic fragrances that have realistic, citrusy grapefruit openings with a little bit of salt in there, again, I'm guessing that's the ozonic notes, you're going to want to try this fragrance. I think you're probably going to, this is me personally, I would probably do this. I would probably sell a couple of my old aquatic fragrances that I don't wear anymore, or just, they're sitting on the shelf, and pick up a bottle of this one. I think you guys are going to like this fragrance. I think you're going to love this fragrance, actually. Long-lasting, fresh fragrances don't come around every day. You end up having to spend more money, buying a niche brand, and even some of those don't last very long. Neroli Portofino, I'm looking at you. But this one does do the job. Again, not going to project off of you a lot, but it's going to be there. You will get wafts of it from yourself. People will probably notice you walking by, because if it stays there on your skin for 8 hours, like all day, then it's there, right? People are going to get it. It just depends on how close they are, or your setting, or how hot it is outside, But guys, I do think this is an awesome, excellent release from the house of Dolce Gabbana. Again, these types of fragrances don't come around every day, especially from a designer house. So I definitely think you guys should get your nose on this fragrance. All right, guys, so now it's your turn. What are your thoughts on Dolce Gabbana's Light Blue Forever? Have you tried this fragrance? Let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments below. All right, thank you guys so much for watching the video on my channel. If you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for future first impressions videos and fragrance-related content just like this. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There, you'll find fragrance-related photos and future contest winners. And as always, till next video, you guys take care. Thanks.